Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. I'm your instructor Mahavish. Welcome to the lecture number 3 of this week, which are based on chapter 7, data verification and data validation. So, before starting today's lecture, I want from you guys, please open your books and page number 88. So after that, we will start our today's lecture, which is based on topic 7.4 and 7.5. 7.4 is data validation and 7.5 is validation checks. So here is the presentation outline. These two topics will cover in today's lecture. So before starting today's lecture, I want to give you a short overview of your previous lecture. In your previous lecture, we have covered data verification and the two steps which are used in data verification. First one is the basic step where you have to match the source document with your final documents and verify its error or spot any kind of error which are occur in this data. And the second one is your double entry method. So after this, we will start today's lecture. We are data validation and validation checks. So what is data validation? So data validation means checking the accuracy and quality of your source data. What does it mean, source data? Source data means the base document, the basic document. Okay. So data validation is once data has been entered into the computer system, it is often necessary to carry out some checks to see if it is sensible. So we have already seen that verification is used to eliminate most typing error. So but it is still possible for incorrect data to get through the verification stages. So this is because the data might have been correctly typed in but incorrectly written in the first place. So recall the example where your report card said that you had score 105 percentage and you were able to spot this error because you know that it is impossible to score 105 percentage. So you can only score marks within a range of 0 to 100%. But data validation involves checking whether data lies within a sensible range. So let's take the example of a meter reading from filled in by a meter reader of your electricity bill or your northern gas bill. Okay. So data validation involves checking whether data lies with a sensible range. So we took a real life example of meter reading from filled in by a meter reader. So suppose Mr. Ibrahim has his electricity meter read and the reading is, your reading number is 0, 2, 3, 9 or 7. So this number is entered into the computer system and used to work out how much money Mr. Ibrahim owes to the electricity company. So the next time his meter is read, it might be 0, 2, 5, 4 and 3. Okay, suppose that the meter reads make a mistakes and enter the numbers 0, 2, 3, 4, 3. So this would be the number entered on the source document. So the data entry officer types in the number assuming that it is correct. Similarly, when the data is typed it again by another person, it is verified as correct. So the error has not been detected. So, however, when the computer comes to work out the bill, it has to take away the old meter reading from the new one to find out how many units or how many units have been used by the meter in original in the last one. But the sum is 02343 minus the new reading. Your new reading is 02397 something. So the accurate answer is minus 54. So how is it possible you have used the unit of minus 54? So your electricity bill is 0 and you have to pay nothing for it. So this means that Mr. Ibrahim has not only used no electricity but also given some back to the electricity company. So this is obviously impossible and therefore a mistake had been made. So the data is not valid. So the process where the computer is used to check the data once it has been entered correctly is called the data validation. So data validation is something that differ from the data verification, but let's learn about the different ways in which we can validate your data. As I have told you in your previous lecture, you have covered data verification, and the two steps: first is your source document comparison and second one is your double entry method. So as compared to data verification, data validation checks are different. For example, there are many. First one is your alphabetic and numeric checks, second one is your consistency check, and third one is your completeness check. Okay, and so on. In your books there are few checks more. One is your table lookup, range check, and spelling and grammar check. So these are the validity checks used for the validation of your data. So first start with the validation checks. What are validation checks here? So, an alphabetic checks or numeric checks, for example, there are numerous validation checks which can be applied to ensure data validity. So, these checks can be placed at different stages of the processing cycle. So, the reduces the changes on invalid data being processed. Some of the important validation checks are described below. So, first one you can see in your slide is alphabetic check. So alphabetic check ensures that only letter of the alphabet are entered in a field, as in the name of a person or city. You know this thing, the name of or a person or a name of a city can be the letter of your ABC. So you have to enter only alphabets there. So the alphabetic checks are ensure this thing that you have to enter the letters. As the numeric checks ensure that only numbers are entered. For example, in a telephone number you can only enter the numbers. No any character can be used in your numeric checks. So you have to enter the numbers. So these are the restriction which can validate your data and protect you from occurring any errors. Okay, so the second one is your consistency check. So a consistency check tests the data into two or more associated field to ensure that it is logical. For example, the delivery date of an order cannot be earlier in time than the order date. For example, you have to order something, you have to order the pizza. Okay, pizza or something, you have to order the your t-shirt from Amazon on the date of 7th April, on the date of 9th April. Okay, so the delivery date of that t-shirt is after 3 days, which might be 10th of April. Okay, so there is no possibility that you have to order the shirt on 10th April and the delivery date is 7th April. So this kind of error is known as the consistency checks. Okay, so last one is your completeness check. This is not the last one, this is the 7.5.3, the third one, which is based on completeness of your data. So a completeness check ensure that the necessary data has been entered, all the necessary data. Okay, so for example, the student name column on an application form in an online registration system cannot be left blank. For example, you have to fill the form of student application form or for the registration of something. Okay, so there is a field of student name. So this is not the case that you can leave that space blank. The major thing is the student names, because student need to register there. Okay, so this is the completeness check, that you have to enter all the necessary data in the form. And then table lookup. Basically, table lookup is not shown there in your book. There is a heading of 7.5.4 which is based on table lookup. Input data such as barcode is checked against a table of the barcodes that are used. So if it is not in the table, then the barcode is not valid. For example, in your grocery store, if you buy something and when you go to the bill counter and there is no barcode of that product, so this is the invalidity. So this is not the valid case. Okay, then range case or range check. For example, numbers input are checked to see if they are either too large or too small. If date are stored, for example, you write your date, the first one is your date, then month, and then year forward. Okay, so this is a valid date. But if you write the something 1 3 date or month, you can write 4 5. So 4 5 is not the month. Your month should be 1 to 12. So 45 is not a valid month. So month must lie within the range of 0 1 to 12. So this is the range check. You can check your range between your data. Okay, and the last one is your spelling and grammar checks. Basically, we discuss spelling and grammar checks while discussing word processor. So spelling and grammar checks are also used in other types of application software. So they help the computer to check for spelling and grammatical errors so that the wrong field or name is not entered accidentally. For example, it should be clear by now that the data verification and data validation are two different processes. But the spelling and grammar checks, you can see this thing in your MS Word, that the highlighted the grammatical mistake with red lines or the spelling mistake with green lines underlined. So you have to correct the green lines or red one by clicking or right click on there and write the and just click the right spelling, and the green line can be eliminated from there. Okay, so these are the verification and validation. So in verification, we have covered the two terms: the source code documentation, the step one, and second one is your double entry method. In your validation, there are the check: alphabetics checks, numeric check, consistency check, completeness check, range check, spelling and grammar check, and table lookup. Okay, so this is the about today's lecture. So after the lecture, I want to give you a difference of verification and validation, the major topic of this chapter. So data verification check are placed at the earlier stage of the data processing cycle. So this help to prevent incorrect data from entering the system. So data verification is the stage of your input, but data validation checks can be placed at the stage of data processing cycle. Okay, so this helps the computer to ensure that the data remain within a sensible range. So data verification is used at the very start of your data as the time of your input, and data validation can be placed at your processing cycle. Okay, so you should also be able to see that even if verification and validation have been carried out correctly, it is still possible to get wrong data into the computer system. So this is not usually the computer fault, but is due to human error. So this also explain how is it still possible for a computer to send out an electricity bill of rest 10 lakh. So however, it would be easy to get the computer to look at the last 2 or 3 bills and to generate an error message. So if the latest bill was drastically different from previous bill, so you can cover the error. But the error is spotted by the human beings. Computer is a machine. You human being can give the input to the computer, and the work of computer is the processing the input and give you the output. So if you entered the incorrect input, there is a chance you can get the wrong output as your resultant after processing. Okay, so this is the difference of verification and validation. So here is the end of your today's lecture. Your activity is you need to read page number 85 to 90 thoroughly at least twice. Okay, after that you will able to do your homework, and your homework is the question number 3 of your exercise: what is meant by data validation. We have covered the data validation topic in today's lecture. And question number 4 is describe 3 type of checks used to validate your data. We have covered 6 checks of data validation, but you need to describe any of 3 checks from your given book. Okay, so here is the end of your today's lecture. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. Allah Hafiz.